Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord, but there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the flaming fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping. Yes, sir. No, sir. Rip and cut your throat, sir.
Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. These quakes are just the start. Neither of us expected the prison bearers to kill Ketherick. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
I itch to peel you, to split your skin, to see your skull shine in the light. Little tyrant. Lucky for you, I harvested a whole family of living flesh in Rivington at high sun. They will sate my blade thirst tonight. Oh, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, my blades will thirst again.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away.
What's in here?
If you have business to conclude before we march, have it done. The road to Baldur's Gate is long, and the city needs us.
Well met.
I'm listening.
All's well, I hope, aside from the obvious.
Copper for your thoughts?
You know I'm up for it, but your party's a little full. Now we're talking.
Painful truths have been thrust upon Shadowheart. I believe she is strong enough to endure, but her path will be easier with our support.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
You smell very delicious, but I will not bite you. Ooh, more.
The gate is closed, as is Cazador. Cazador and his rite of profane ascension. An imperial soiree, attended by devils and spawn alike. A grand ceremony to honor one exalted vampiric master. And elevate him to an unfathomable station. To place him in a position of such esteem. The world will yearn to kneel and offer their necks. Of course I envy him. Why wouldn't I? The problem with what Cazador has done is that he did it to me. If the time comes and I can stay one move ahead of him, I'll take his place before his blood can hit the floor. Doesn't it sound delightful? For the lucky little vampire on the winning side. After 200 years of shit, pure shit, I think I deserve something better. I know you do. It matters to me as well. I want to be able to protect you, too. All I'm saying is, let's be clever about it. If an opportunity arises for me to become a more magnificent bastard than I already am, why turn it down? Let's find out more about the ritual before we waltz into Cazador's front door. If we track down my old comrades, the other spawn, we may discover more. and be finely positioned for yours truly to ascend. You're too adorable. I'll be fine. I'm sure they'll bring back memories of so many pathetic years, but I'm much stronger now. If we don't find my brethren, they'll find us, likely with bared fangs. We should get to them first. Then we can make their pretty tongues talk. Unless Cazadors change their orders, they'll be in the dens of this town, seeking prey. God, you're beautiful.
I was supposed to sacrifice myself to stop the Absolute. Yeah, I don't think I could have gone through with it, in truth. And I'm glad that I didn't, given what has come to light. The Elder Brain. But, more importantly, the crown that it wore. Even without seeing it for myself, I could sense it. Netherese magic. So pure, so complete. And I doubted what I was feeling at first. Most Netherese artifacts contain only the faintest amount of their former power. The ghost of an echo of a memory. That crown was different. I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril itself, but no matter. It exists. I must learn more of it. That crown sits on a gargantuan elder brain bent on destroying us and everything we hold dear. Understanding its true nature might unlock the means of our victory. We need to learn more about what we saw. An artifact as powerful as that crown must have been documented somewhere. As luck would have it, we'll soon find ourselves near one of the finest book collections this side of Candlekeep. Sorcerous Sundries. I need to go there and learn all I can. Book shopping? But yes, their collection of rare tomes is unparalleled. Netherese texts are hardly commonplace, but I'm certain they'll have one or two stashed away. You'll have to forgive my eagerness, but if my suspicions prove to hold water, this could be the answer to all our problems.
Well met.
Sorry, but there's no room for me.
I like how you think.
The events of the last days weigh heavily upon you. Sleep's rest is slow to come to one whose mind is so full. The Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the Dead Three. They mean to use it to take control of the Sword Coast. All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and by extension the chosen. It will take but one order to transform them into an army of mind flayers. This would have been your fate too, were it not for the astral prison and the mysterious visitor inside of it. With his help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. A plan of conquest orchestrated by the gods of death themselves. Together, you have the power to thwart the Dead Three. If you follow this path to its end, the Elder Brain will not answer to the Chosen. It will answer to you. Will you liberate them from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes? Right now, your resolve feels firm, but there is no knowing how you will feel when the moment comes. You will not have long to wait. All you need to do now is sleep. But sleep is not for you.
Hear me. Gather. The reckoning is upon us. The city thirsts for domination. March! Join power.
We're under attack. Help me.
Poor fucker. What to do it?
No time to waste. I should get these wounds taken care of.
Die, you little harbour!
Tadpole scum! Has a cat!
Fight your way to the portal. I need your help.
Best be on my way. wind's about to blow.
I'm here! Help me! I'm under attack!
What a charmer. Oh, I could go for a good meal. Let's move.
Hurry! I can't hold them back alone. It's not over. Come to the skull.
Take Kuro. Take Kuro.
I need you. Now! The skull. Come to the skull.
Friend of Nick, you will be cleansed.
Finding my way.
Watch this. Heading out.
Friend of Nick, you will be cleansed.
Soldier, I need your help.
With finesse.
What now? there. Need some oil over here.
Shall we dance? Let's do it.
I won't give in.
Forever dauntless.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
It's not over. Come to the skull. I need you. Now. The skull. Come to the... It's not over. Come to the skull. It's not over. Come to the skull.
Before you do anything, I am your ally. We are in danger.
Oh, shit. A mind flayer.
The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one that's been protecting you. I am the one that came to you in your dreams. Help me. You saved a child from a viper back in the Druid's Grove. You saved the Asima Night Song from her soul cage. You let me live last time you were here, though it brought Blackheath's wrath upon you. Your continued existence as yourself, and not a mind flayer, should be all the proof you need. Now, help me.
Despite your best attempts to be subtle, the Mind Flayer's awareness is everywhere. You blunder in its presence like a warg pup learning to walk.
You must be joking. I am telling you my thoughts directly into your head. But if you insist on taking a look for yourself, be my guest.
Nothing in your colorful existence to date could have prepared you for this. As the horror subsides, you are left with only one coherent thought. You must do whatever you can to subdue the Githyanki.
Happy? Now, join me. Fight! Together, we can turn the tide.
Find a route.
No holding back. Coming through. A better position.
Destroy the honor guard.
Light on my feet.
much more.
I
go.
Swift as my feet can carry me. Open up!
This is my time.
Thank you. That was too close. Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer. Yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the Absolute.
By the living gods! No more visions, no more lies. I expect answers. Now!
You may call me the Emperor. An adventurer. I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure. To a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now. For years, I served the Elder Brain, the one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my old city. I sustained myself on criminals, unglamorous, but there are plenty of them, rarely missed, and they fueled me while I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stelmane. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield, the largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence, though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while, until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call the Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become. Indeed, his hubris knows no bounds. To enslave me, that was his nature. But to enslave an Elder Brain, a questionable decision. I shall look forward to sharing his downfall with rather them than potential future allies, like you. Prince Orpheus, son of the first leader of the Githyanki. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive mind communication. It is the same power that enabled Orpheus's mother to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, a usurper took her place. Blackith declared herself queen of the Githyanki. Blackith wanted his power, but Orpheus rose against her, and so she sealed him and his honor guard within this prison. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control. Most certainly Orpheus. He is a threat to her reign. Some Githyanki still revere him in defiance of their teachings. Blackith was safe as long as they believed him to be dead. But as you can see, he is very much alive. She kept him this way because she was reluctant to eradicate such power. Power that she might one day wish to take from him. If the Githyanki ever find out what she has done, there will be civil war. Blackith will be finished. No. Gortash sent me on a mission to retrieve the astral prison. I was one of many, but the first to find it. How Gortash or the other chosen learned of its existence, I do not know. The moment I found it, I felt a change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside, and found Orpheus. I realized what the prison was for. Containment. While my body was within the prison's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue Orpheus and find allies in the outer world. You. That would be a terrible idea. The moment he is free, he will attack you. Your only defense would be to kill him, and in so doing, he would doom us both.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion, a pulsing hatred that cannot be contained. The Emperor is telling the truth. To him, you are just another wretched Illithid.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a Illithid, a sworn enemy, just like me. I appreciate that, but this is what I am. My original body was destroyed when I transformed. When I first escaped the Elder Brain, I searched for a new vessel, but the longer I inhabited this one, the more it grew on me. I realized that returning to my former self would only impose limitations. Any advantage I could gain by restoring my original appearance, I already had to hand in the form of magic, and that humanoid shape you've come to know. As an Illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You, too, should embrace this change. Like it or not, our chances of defeating the Elder Brain are substantially improved if you embrace your latent Illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle, while continuing to preserve your independence. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you. The answer is twofold. One, I can, but it would kill you, as I told you before. Two, why would I? You have done well with the limited form you have, but you would do far better as an Illithid. So, do you wish to evolve or not? You will be able to do things you never thought were possible. There will be physical alterations, of course, but only partial. You will retain most of your current form, and you will soon see that the benefits outweigh any perceived loss.
Even as you say the words, you feel a lurch of disappointment. Your mind bristles with Illithid potential. How could you be so cruel as to deny yourself what you want most in the world?
I felt that. It's your nature. You cannot fight it. So embrace it. It wants to evolve, but it cannot do so alone. It must commune with another. A tadpole, nurtured by the psionic energy of the astral plane, cocooned here for millennia. It has become extraordinary.
Prickles with excitement, its thoughts rampant and chaotic in its rush to communicate with you. It is impossible to discern any single intention. A wave of disappointment, stronger than any you've ever felt. And then stillness. You have resisted your Illithid instincts. For now.
You are not ready yet. Keep hold of it then, until you are. It has enough vitality to further your evolution, and your allies. Perhaps you will be more inclined to try it when you see more of what our enemy can do. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the brain, and bring it under our control.
What to do?
Do you mind?
Not now.
There's nothing further I can do for you right now. Consider using my gift.
By Baldur's bones, this is a lot to take in. Let's see if I've got this right. 1, we've been carrying a mind flayer around with us this whole time. 2, it's been appearing as someone else in our dreams, cajoling us to embrace our new illithid talents. 3, the mind flayer's been siphoning a Githyanki prisoner's powers to shield us from the Absolute's voice. Did I miss anything? Ah, yes. Gith's only son. Locked away in his astral prison for defying Vlaakith. Sensational tales, aren't they? Almost unbelievable. With a narrator so unreliable, how do we tell fact from fiction? I can't pretend I have the answer, but I know the Illithid's right about one thing. It holds our fates in its talons. Until the Absolute falls, there's no getting rid of it. Yes, and at a great cost, partial ceremorphosis. I'm not about to make such a sacrifice. Not now, not ever. Thank you.
Hey, soldier. Special tadpole? Bit of a contradiction in terms, don't you think? I don't even want a regular one. You're talking about turning into what? A half squid? Not surprised you haven't tried it yourself yet. Thank the gods.
So, we owe our lack of tentacles to one of the very creatures that kidnapped us. And now it's offering us power if we're willing to evolve. We both know what it is capable of, but I'm not touching it. That was before I knew the cost. Before I knew it meant transforming into some grotesque beast. I remember how it hurt when I turned into a vampire. My body writhed and warped while I was utterly helpless. The grip of death owned my heart as it beat its last. I don't want to turn into anything else. I can't do that again. I can't watch my body be taken over. I'll happily murder my way to whatever powerful artifacts we can make use of. Point at the back, and I'll stab. Just don't ask me to sacrifice my body. It hasn't been mine for so long. Thank you. How delicious.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Your parasite communes with Lae'zel's. Her heart races as she learns of the events inside the astral prism.
Orpheus, Gith's only son. He lives. It is not the Gaith visitor that Vlaakith would destroy and Voss would set free. It is Orpheus, the blood of the mother, the prince of the comet. And even more powerful still. It said he could bring 1,000 Githyanki to their knees with one command. Listen close. The Emperor spoke only in half-truths. For you to know the tale of Orpheus, you must know the tale of Gith and of Vlaakith. Long ago, when we rose up against our Gaith slavers, Mother Gith made for the Hells to secure an alliance with the Archdevil Tiamat. Tiamat gifted the Githyanki our red dragons. Gith remained in the Hells, and Tiamat's envoy proclaimed Vlaakith our ruler. The first Vlaakith of many. It is Vlaakith 157 whom my people now call Queen. Yes. Our current queen has claimed undeath and reigned for 1,000 years. But it was the first whom Orpheus tried to slay. Orpheus is Gith's only son. He led his mother's own honor guard in a coup against Vlaakith I. It was Kithrak Voss himself who slayed the prince in vicious battle, or so the Varshes teach us. Yet the Prince of the Comet's been with us, subdued by that repugnant Illithid. Should Orpheus go free, he would tear Vlaakith's empire to pieces and build new glory from the scraps. The seed and the sower. Every word Voss spoke, he spoke true. Orpheus is the living proof of the Queen's lies, and the living weapon that conquered our Geich slavers. One word from his lips, and the people would doubt. 2 words, and they would rage. 3 words, and they would bow to the true heir. If the Githyanki are to be free, the Prince of the Comet must lead the way. What about him? The historical slates describe Orpheus as a fearsome, terrible creature, powerful beyond measure, and enthralled by the Geich. So mad with power, he'd smash through the Githyanki Empire and deliver the shards to his illithid masters. And glowing with such psionic force that he and his red dragon blazed a trail through the skies. A lethal comet careening towards my people. Lies, of course. Vlaakith spread a false image of Orpheus as monstrous betrayer, and her knights as the butchers who sliced him through. She was right to fear him, I'll grant her that. So great is the comet, it could shatter her reign. The Emperor may be loathsome, but it's right. Orpheus can disrupt a Geich hive mind. A talent like that makes the Prince a powerful shield and a powerful weapon. Why destroy a weapon like that, when you can contain it in a relic and keep it for yourself? A weapon is only an asset for as long as it isn't pointed at you. The means of Vlaakith's own end has been ripped away from her. Better to have Orpheus killed than to risk his escape. Better to risk the rise of illithids than let the Prince of the Comet deny her the godhood she craves. Orpheus is honor guard, loyal to the end. Trapped by Vlaakith in the same prism holding their noble prince, fruitlessly hacking at the sphere that contains him. They see us as Geich, tadpoled husks in the Emperor's thrall. I regret their deaths, but I pledge to live as they perished, in the service of Gith's son. Very well. It also promises to break us beyond repair. This ossified parasite does not make us more, but less. There will be ice where once there was fire. There will be a void where our souls once resided. I know, and I won't.
So, there's been a mind flayer inside the artifact, or astral prism, the whole time we've had it. Sounds like utter madness, even though I've seen it with my own eyes. The more I learn, the less I understand just why I was sent to retrieve that thing. But it matters little now. I do not serve Shah anymore, nor the Mother Superior. The prism is no longer my mission. Saving my parents is. But I digress. Did you want something? Fine. What's on your mind? More likely it would just put a stop to us. I wanted nothing to do with those Illithid powers before. What makes you think I'd want to jump into an even deeper hole? You know what that offer truly entails, don't you? Become half a Mind Flayer, lose half of yourself. I don't want that.
I was concerned when I saw Shadowheart creeping about with a blade in the dead of night, but it was just to cut her hair, it seems. It suits her.
There's no more radiant sight than that of someone who's learned to love themselves anew. Shadowed in name, but no longer in spirit. It suits her. I can only imagine what I could do were I to adopt the biology of a Mind Flayer. You've not taken this power for yourself. So I can only wonder, why offer it to me?
We have a new look for a new Shadowheart. Nice as it is, she still doesn't have the best hair in the camp.
Fate spins along as it should.
Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
Shadowheart looks like a stack of gold. Never thought I could get so excited about someone's forehead, but here we are.
Be honest. What do you think of the new look? Well, I'm glad someone does. Perhaps I'll get used to it. I have a lot to get used to right now.
Something is different about Shadowheart. New facial creases, perhaps. A fresh battle scar I hadn't noticed. Bah, it eludes me.
love Shadowheart's new look. Softer, less severe. It suits her.
If you have business to conclude before we march, have it done. The road to Baldur's Gate is long, and the city needs us.
We must find where Gortash and Orin have established themselves, and take their nether stones.
Soldier, this is it. We're almost to the city. First through Worm's Crossing, then on to the lower city. Oh, it smells the exact same. 10 years on, but still home. Incredible.
Incredible to be back. My home. My city. Baldur's Gate is where I first raised a glass in toast at the tender age of 14 and got so tipsy from wine, I puked in Dillard Portier's bushes. It's where the flaming fist chased me after I'd stolen a peach from a cart in the Wide. I got a good chewing out over it too. It's where my father taught me to hold a rapier, to read books of law, to know right from wrong. It's been 7 years since I left. It's no paradise, but it's home, and it's worth saving. And you? The city's yours too, after all. How's it feel to be back? Wonderful, isn't it? Torril's history is written within our city's walls. Expeditions to the continent of Mastika gather in the harbor. The Church of Gon displays its most priceless treasures in the High House of Wonders. Voices raised in song on returning day. The heady wines at the Elf Song. There's truly no place like Baldur's Gate.
Worm's Crossing, the welcome mat of Baldur's Gate. This is it. I'm almost home. I won't lie. The thought hardly fills me with glee. Even with my newfound advantages, he's still an incredibly powerful vampire. But he's arrogant, too. If he does hear I'm back, he'll try to take me and expose himself in the process. Then I'll be able to strike. Neither will I, darling. At least I hope you'll come along for the show. But regardless, the plan is simple. Find him, stop him from gaining almighty power, and then really enjoy killing him. And if I can seize that almighty power for myself, well, all the better.
Excuse me. I can't find my mum. She went looking for herbs. That's what she said. Said it was for the spots. She had them all in her hands and face. She said she wouldn't be gone long. But that was a whole 10 days ago.
The herbs you know for salving sores would take effect immediately. It seems unlikely this child's mother will return.
does get quite cold out here. I'll have another look for her first. Thanks a lot.
All the treats your tummy can
This one time, we'll make an exception. As long as you stop sulking and start walking right now.
Is it? I'm not asking for much. Just a teensy investment to get me started. What are you calling this new business? Cheap and cheerful. Refugees for hire. That's right.
If my friend tries to get you to invest, kindly turn her down. She doesn't need the encouragement.
If I hire the refugees, then I get cheap labor and they get coin. It's a good deal for everyone. Think about it. They're stuck here with no coin and nothing to do.
When did you realize the Red Caps had escaped?
Paramidius, one of our Red Cap cleaners, alerted me. Well, he threw a rock at me and said, "Ah!" But I got his meaning.
Sorry, you have Red Caps working in your circus?
Oh, yes.
Never travels without
Paramidius and Fred are cleaners. They've just joined, but are settling in marvelously.
Keep a sharp eye out. Red Caps are on the loose. One's deemed too violent to work. And not one of these circus folk seem bothered by it.
Why were these particular Red Caps
Cheerful. Refugees for hire.
Anything you want for supper? All the treats your tummy can
You heartless sod.
That's not my problem now, is it?
Think about it. They're stuck here with no coin and nothing to do.
You're going to hire all the...
The place was empty. Keep those thugs away from my family.
Danuvia! Get these squatters out of my house now!
Arthur, sweetheart, you paid me and my boys to be caravan guards, not cattle wranglers. If you want us to get our hands dirty, it'd be our pleasure. But that'll be extra.
Not if they're trying to help themselves to other people's property. I just want to remove these unlawful interlopers from my property.
My point exactly.
They're like kobolds. You let one in and soon the place will be crawling with them.
Ye gods, this guy's begging to get smacked.
This man's indignant demeanor barely masks a seething anxiety. There's more to this situation than he's letting on.
I'm a very magnanimous individual, but this is my home! Either they leave, or I'll make them. Well, wouldn't you be on edge if your beautiful home had been defiled by such brazen interlopers? Fine. They can stay. Just don't blame me when they turn on you like the mongrels they are.
I respect respect your hustle, sweetheart, but it won't work on me. You've stepped on the guild's toes, and we'd like a little something to make it better.
The Guild, a loose coalition unifying every criminal outfit in the city under one collective rule, from cut purses to contract killers.
I'd say you'll live to regret it, but honestly, I'm not so sure you'd live. You're a clumsy little kitten, aren't you? Adorable. I'll almost feel sorry grinding you into the dirt.
Enough to clean Crimson's cage, but not enough to organize.
Today you fool.
Sometimes the only way out is through. choice but to keep going. Should get started.
What's it gonna take?
Soldier.
Let's spill some blood.
Finding my way.
That put the wind back in my sails.
Don't mind if I do.
What do you get out of this?
Anything you want for supper. All the tea.
Never allowed sweet things right before bed.
Make an exception.
Do try the grass, should it take your fancy. Such sweetness should be shared.
Heartless scum. I'm a reasonable woman. We could easily work something out in a house this big.
I was sure we were not quite sure why you stood up for us like that. But I won't say I'm not grateful. Thanks. And may Torm keep you. Same way lots of us did. Trying to get away from the army of the Absolute. If you had the chance to put a roof over your family's heads after being on the run for Torm knows how long, wouldn't you We will stay. For now. I just hope he doesn't pay anyone else to come sniffing round. Thank you. And may Torm keep you. You're the first person in this city to have our backs. Thank you. Really.
Threaten us. To threaten the children. Cinta was trembling.
She'll be all right. She's a brave girl. We'll get through this.
She's not brave, Ben. She's just learned to stay silent to avoid causing trouble.
What in the hells was that?
It felt like a bloody earthquake. Someone there? Let's crack it open.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Think about it. They're stuck here with everything you want us to do. Cooking, construction, and lots of it is a endless.
Welcome, adventurer. I take it you're new to Rivington. No doubt you came here to choose from my fine selection of weapons. Yes, I seem to have it all. Clubs, swords, maces, bows, cutting and gutting galore. Why don't we see if we can find the perfect weapon for you? I provide a personalized service for my customers to make sure the weapon I choose is the perfect fit. Tell me, how do you like to kill? I see. Playing to your strengths. Keeping things simple. And when you kill someone, what do you feel? Call it professional curiosity. Now tell me, how does killing make you feel? Killing holds no fear for you, does it? You understand what it takes and what it gives. One more question, if you'll humour me. Do you think you could turn your weapon on those closest to you? You'll do so much worse by the time I'm done with you.
So, you're the lick-spittle who crushed the Bone Lord's thrall. Have you come begging, sniffing for our stones? Gortash won't like that. A throat his black hand can't choke the spit from. He'll find your weaknesses, stick a knife in the cracks and prise you apart. Unless you get him first. When you find the Lordling, tell him Orin is watching.
So Orin is a shapeshifter. How long has she been watching?
You! Try attacking me when my back isn't turned, you bloody coward! Is that so? You've got some evil twin running round whacking people round the back of the head. I'll tell you now, you'll be seeing bloody double when I'm done with you. Well, I'm sure it were you. I'm almost certain. God's be damned, I don't know. I'd have sworn, but my head's pounding. I don't remember. I need a bloody drink. Go on, clear off. I've seen enough of your face today.
It's not enough. We have a gallery of villains to look out for, but now we could be infiltrated by a shape changer? I can't even tell if any of you are acting strange because you've been replaced, or because this group is full of weirdos. Then I'll see you tonight, you sweet, generous thing.
I have battled great evils, been mocked by villains of all sorts. But Orin, she is beyond even Thorm. Her mind is twisted beyond recognition. What is she capable of? And where will she strike next?
fucking shapeshifter. She'll try to break our best asset, our trust. Fortunately, she's no match for our second best asset, me.
Dad says there's already too many refugees, and the city can't hold any more. We've got to keep them out.
A Baldurian. Good. Lots of unfamiliar faces in the city these days.
Any of the refugees give you hassle, come to us. We know how to handle them.
Always ready.
They're damn near chomping at the bit. What's the plan?
For refugees travelling alone. Or any
You want to see Dribbles the Clown, don't you?
Yeah.
Then let's go inside. Go on.
Threaten us, to threaten the children. Cinta was trembling.
I feel your breath upon my neck, a soft caress cold
But you'll be in a big...
I'm not asking for much.
What's that monster?
That's just a man in a costume.
No one stopped me yet.
Let the kid come. He wants
Too much roll that name.
Nearly there now. You see the city? Up on the hill.
I see it. It's up there and we're down here.
That's why we need to walk just a little more. One foot in front of the other.
I know, little, but you'll be in a big, cozy bed soon enough.
You have anything you want for supper.
That might be worth a look.
My! The fates move in strange and scrumptious ways. I am delighted to see you again. After our little interlude at last light, I was worried you'd gone quite mad. You proved yourself capable of the truth. Now here's another. I want to get into the city, now. But it's hard to shuffle your way to the front of the queue when you're, well, as big as an ox. But what if I was smaller, more discreet? Maybe then a kind soul might bring me through, right in their little pocket. I don't think you want to travel this road, my friend. Ooh. This day has ended so much better than it started. Now, you don't worry about me. I'll be a good, quiet little apple you can tuck into the corner of your pack, just until we are inside the city walls. Hail, Cyric! I can't wait to get inside.
Beggars and criminals, and we won't have them.
File a report, and I'm sure the Manic will deal with it.
You're coddling these vagabonds and don't give a rat's ass about honest citizens. Baldurians, stand with me against this tide that threatens to overwhelm us.
Please just go home. You're ruining a perfectly uneventful posting with this nonsense.
The Flaming Fists are supposed to protect this good city, but they allow trash and vermin to take our homes and goods. Oh, another visitor, I see. Listen, we keep letting the likes of you in, soon there'll be no room left for any of us true Baldurians. Excuse me? I was born inside the city walls, a Baldurian through and through. Wherever you're from, clearly they don't teach manners. Refugees can't stay here in Rivington. They're a danger to all of us.
We've got diseases.
Oh, gods. Not another protester. Go talk to Nestor if you must. I've got plenty on my plate with these mewling geese. Nice to be in a crowd of normal people for once.
Really? I prefer my company. Extraordinary.
Oh, thanks.
Don't thank me. Thank Gortash.
Excuse you? I didn't need that prick to make me who I am.
Oh, you're right, of course. Forgive me.
All good, Fangs.
The grown-ups look at me sideways. Oh, hi! If you're here to save me again, I don't really need to be saved right now. Good thing, huh? Bye.
We need a place to hide any good stuff we find. You did me a real favor clearing all those ghouls out of Moonrise. That old bonebag Ketherick had some fancy junk stashed behind all the cobwebs and piles of gore. Didn't you? Figured we only got the scraps you didn't have the strength to carry. Wish I could tell you. We're stuck out here, but most of the action is beyond Worm's Crossing. Would I try to fool a Sharpie like you? Have a look. Stay away from trapped chests.
But I'm not a thief. Am I? Wish I could ask Mole.
Attention. Donations desperately needed for refugees. Every copper helps.
We need a place to hide any good stuff we find.